Hey everybody, I got a text on Monday morning, well, Monday afternoon, um, from the gentleman that we're buying the house from in North Carolina. You know, it's the one going through foreclosure. Uh, the foreclosure is not complete yet. The home is still ours at this time. And I laid down for a nap, and when I woke up, I had this text. And it says, "Did the sheriff get a hold of you?" And then right behind that, the home on Summer Acre was set on fire by some arson. And it just, I told him my heart was broken. Please tell me you're kidding me. We had uh, some items inside that we had decided over the weekend that we were going to send money to our daughter uh, that lives in North Carolina and have her move just a couple of the bigger items and some of the boxed up sentimentals and books and stuff to a storage shed. And we were going to rent a storage shed for 6 months. Um, until or 3, whatever it took us to get back there. And I was feeling a lot better about that because I really hated letting everything go. I have a lot of books and everything, and I've read every book that I own, and every book that I've ever read I own, except for the ones when I was a kid, which I had been accumulating through Amazon and eBay. My favorite books as a child, I would go buy them and collect them again and be like, oh, by my memories, you know. And he said that it was a loss, total loss, and I contacted the sheriff the next day, on the 12th, which was Tuesday. Yes. And we texted back. Well, we spoke on the phone for a while. We texted back and forth. But the funny thing is, the gentleman that we're buying the house from told the detective who I had dealt with before. He remembered me from a couple of years ago when I had something that I needed to report. And he told him that he didn't have any contact information for us. He clearly has contact information for me. I have him texting me on my new number. He clearly has contact information for Doug. He's got a log where he's called him. You can see it on there. Doug's been dealing with, as have I, with the woman that handles the business end of buying the home, and she lives in Pennsylvania. She has our number. She has Doug's. Unless she's got him, she's got his. Um, when the detective found that out, he said, well, why didn't he give us that information? I said, I don't know. He's got my address here, physical address where I live, as do his attorneys. And he's got my friend's address that I used at first because we weren't sure how long we were going to be here. Um, for whatever the reason was, he didn't tell us. And he tells me that the fire happened on the 5th. And I'm just finding out on the 11th. So it took him a solid week to tell us. And then he did it in the way he did it, texted it to me, which I'm glad that he did. I want to document everything that this shady asshole says and does. I don't. I'm at a loss because there's so much involved with what happened, and there's a lot of suspicion surrounding a lot of shit. Um, I can't really go into a lot of detail about it because it's still an open investigation. They arrested the guy, and he is in jail currently on a $250,000 bond, is what the detective told me. It's contradicted in the article, but the detective would know was before a reporter would know. So I'm basically going by what the detective said. The detective told me that one of my neighbors saw him pulling away from my house down the road and slowly driving, really slowly, and looking behind him, and then all of a sudden he just took off and left. It was like he was waiting to see if, when he could see smoke, because he was obviously looking for it, he took off. He wanted to know that it's set. It took everyone else around the house to figure it out when they saw the smoke, because it had to be billowing pretty heavily before it even caught their eye. Um, we're out there in the middle of nowhere. There's houses all around, but people pretty much mind their business out there. And he did it in the middle of the daytime, from what I understand. And based on the picture of the firemen putting the fire out, it was daytime. I will include the pictures that the detective sent to me. And it's just a mess. It's a mess all the way around. And my daughter finally made it over there yesterday evening after work, and she took some video of the house she went in. It was not an easy thing for her to do. She was very strong for it, but it, you know, she broke afterwards, and I just watched it with my hand over my mouth because I just looked at my whole life, everything, just weathered and burned and covered in soot, and you know, even the things I wasn't planning to take with me, it still broke my heart. It was really hard to look at. And I am thankful that my daughter and my two grandsons were not living in the house at the time, because the guy set fire to the back porch. That's how he set the fire. They believe it was to the back porch. He didn't have to enter the home to do that because the back porch was enclosed but didn't have a door on it. You could just, you know, walk up in there. And now the back porch is completely gone. So it looks like he actually started the fire right there. He didn't care if there was somebody in there asleep or watching TV or whatever. He didn't care. He just set fire to it. Had my daughter and my grandsons still been there, they could have been laying down for a nap. It's something that she commonly did with the kids when they got up really super early in the morning. There's a lot of what ifs, and it makes me really thankful that it could have been worse. It could have been worse. And I've never been a big valuer of things. Things can be replaced. Sentimental things can't. A lot of sentimental things can't be replaced. But I can ask for a better outcome. At least, you know, I got a lot of my sentimental stuff out of there the weekend that the fire happened. You know, right before it happened, we had just been there. And it's just so odd that we were just there. And then it starts the day we left, the day after we left. He starts it the day after we left. Just, there's something with that. Something ain't right there. But the guy turns out to be a serial arsonist. He's set several fires in the area, and they just knew that there was apparently an arsonist at play with it. And like with my house, there was no electrical. The electricity was off. It's a vacant home, you know, and so they knew. They knew that it wasn't a lightning strike. It wasn't electrical. It had to be that. He's a 28-year-old man, and he's a paranoid schizophrenic, and I don't give two shits. You know, he said he doesn't remember starting the fire. He didn't deny starting it. He just says he doesn't remember starting it. And he said that he doesn't know because he was off of his meds. Why is he out in society? Someone could have been in that house. I don't know. I'm still reeling from it. And there was no insurance. The insurance, it lapsed in November. The gentleman that we were buying the house from, he was under the impression that there was insurance on it, and it expired in May. And then here it catches fire in April. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to make of any of it. I just want to get behind it. I want to just move on. I value my people way more now than I did before. I'm able to let go of the stuff, but it still hurts to see it like I saw it. And I know it hurt my daughter because she was standing there in it and smelling it. And anybody that's lost everything like that knows what I'm talking about. But I didn't lose anybody. I didn't lose anybody. I didn't lose any of my pets. And that is flat out the most important thing. That is the most important thing. There were a lot of sentimental things I wanted that I didn't find the weekend that I was there because the place had been ransacked. It was in shambles. And I looked as much as I could. I grabbed what I could. And I was looking for my son's baby book. which is identical to my two girls' books as well. They all three got the same one. I made sure of it. And I found my daughters, my oldest girls, and we took everything. We left it in the trunk of the car. It's still in the trunk now because we really don't have any storage here. And we only took what we could fit in the car, in the back seat and in the trunk, which wasn't a lot. We got the deer head. You know, that's Doug's deer head. We got that off the wall. Um, but then my daughter finds a baby book. I kept telling her, baby, when you go over there, look for your brother's baby book. You've got to find that baby book. That is so important to me. And she was like, Mom, I'm going to do everything I can to find that book. She walks in and she finds a baby book, like right in the spare room, just laying there, surrounded by all of this, you know, this scorched and burned stuff. And of course, the roof has been off the house for, oh my gosh, I don't even know, a week at this point when she was over there, a week and a couple of days. And it's wet from the weather. It had rained and from the firemen putting the fire out and the roof falling in. But there's the book, and she opens it up, and it's my daughter's book that I thought we had in the car. We thought we got it. And when she said she found Madison's baby book, my husband and me looked at each other and went, how's that possible? We've already got it. And then my daughter says, oh, you probably got Wayne's, which my heart sank. Yes, I've got Wayne's book. I thought I left it. It was Madison's that I didn't have. But no, somehow or other we forgot Madison's book, and it was sitting right there, but Shane found it. I don't know, it's just weird how things work. But I did get the baby book. Well, I will have it. My daughter's got it right now. And that was so important to me, the baby books. And I never did find my son's, and my daughter didn't either. We didn't find Wayne's, which breaks my friggin' heart. It breaks my heart. I would trade that baby book for everything in that house. Everything that's left in that house. Everything. One baby book. These are the things you can't replace. You can't buy them again. You know, the words that you write down when you see them do something, or when you go to fill their gums and you fill a tooth and you write it down, you can't rebuy those. But life is good. Life is absolutely beautiful. And you just end up reevaluating things and how you prioritize them in your world. And there ain't a damn thing in this house right now here that I need, other than my tiny sentimentals that I got from the old house. And the people in this house. That's it. That is it, you know. Some people look at the fires and they say, I'm going to document all of my personal items for insurance purposes. I just can't see it in that light. You know, it's stuff. That's the last thing that I thought about. The first thing that I thought about with the fire was I didn't get all of those sentimental things out. My granddaddy's cufflinks. And I looked everywhere. I couldn't find them. There's a lot of stuff I didn't get. But I'm going to put the video up of where my daughter went into the house as well. And this video ran a little longer than I thought that it would, but I think I just needed to, you know, speak on how I feel about how it makes you think about stuff. And thanks for stopping by and listening to my shit. Hit the red button below and hang out with me some more. And everybody, hug the people you love.